Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Country star Jimmie Allen just won Best New Artist at the CMA Awards last fall, and this Saturday he plays Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. We spoke about him growing up in Milton, Delaware before moving to Nashville to record #1 hits like Best Shot and Make Me Want To. Hey, Jimmie Allen, big fan. Thanks so much for joining us on WTOP.
Oh, no problem. How are you?
We're doing good. And, being a DC area radio station, it's exciting talking to someone else from, represent the Delmarva area. I know.
Oh, yeah.
You grew up in, in Milton, Delaware, right?
Yeah, I grew up right in Milton.
Right, exactly.
Not too far. Not too far away.
Not too far. I grew up in Frederick, Maryland, a couple hours west of you, I guess. But
Frederick. I went to the high school prom in 2004.
Wait, are you kidding me? At Frederick High School?
Yeah.
In 2004?
2004, me and my cousins, girls asked us to be their dates in their prom. So we went.
Wow. Did you get to go, bounce around the town afterwards at all?
Absolutely not. I went there, went to the prom, and we got out of there.
I love it. Well, were there any slow dances to any country songs? Then Jimmie Allen wasn't on the radio yet, so it had to be like Lone Star or something back then.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, for
Tim
sure.
McGraw.
Tim McGraw, probably some Alan Jackson bumping. That's when people were still allowed to listen to R. Kelly. But yeah, the playlists back then were cool. You figure Sawyer Brown was, still kind of rocking and rolling. We had who else was rocking in 2004? I'm trying to think.
A bunch
I
of
don't remember who I was listening to. Lil Texas.
2004, I was probably everything from Kenny Chesney to Bone Thugs to I was trying to think back. I guess Eminem was big, the Tim McGraw. Who else was big back then? I don't know. We're sidetracking. But I love that you're doing the Delmarva thing, Probably grew up eating crabs and listening to country just like the rest of us. I love it. Well, we should tell everyone you're coming to Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia on Saturday, March 19th. It's your Down Home tour. I know the song just came out, Down Home. Tell us about it. It's a letter to your late father, right?
Yeah, it is. Just telling him that, we miss him and everything he taught us, we're holding on to, and everything's still good down home.
That's great. Well, we hit pretty hard. You grew up around this area, but how did you end up moving to Nashville? I guess what was it in 2007? Did you just figure, if I'm gonna make a go of this, I gotta give it my best shot, pun intended?
Yeah, exactly. 2007, I just decided to just get up and go. I was like, I got nothing to lose, only something to gain.
Now, were you playing a bunch of clubs around here that some of our local listeners might remember? Anywhere around Delaware? Were you playing gigs before you moved to Nashville?
Yeah, only place I was really playing was like Dewey every now and again, like Rusty Rudder, Bottle and Cork. That's pretty much it. And then everything else was just in Nashville.
Right. And didn't you try out for American Idol somewhere in there too before you got signed?
Yeah, I tried out for American Idol back in 2010. I did American Idol season 10. We started filming in 2010 through 2011.
I can't believe those guys didn't pick you. Come on, they missed out. But well, very cool. Well, once you actually, tell me a bit. You really blew up in 2018. I think was around then. With Best Shot was all over the radio. Everyone knows that. When you smile, I see the sun sink on the coast of California. Everyone knows that. That is such good visual storytelling. Yeah, I can just picture that sun sinking down. Is that the key to that song, or why do you think that one worked so well?
I felt like that song worked before. Worked because I feel like at the end of the day, people just want to, be their best, whether it's with work, whether it's with relationship, whether it's with a kid, whether it's with whatever, The intent is to be your best, To always give 100%, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're riding around, all day driving the truck, doesn't matter if you shoot, I know I know buddies that they're fishermen. You know what I mean? I know some buddies that are you know, so they want to do their best every day. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like whatever you're doing, just want to be the best at it.
Well, I mean, you were, that was a number one, and then you went number one again on country charts, I think, with "Make Me Want To" the next year. What's your name? What you drinking? What's your favorite song? Did you pen that one, or how did that song come together?
Yeah, yeah, that was one too. You know, I don't know, a lot of my songs. You know, I think of an idea. You know, and I try to think and go as deep as I can in it. You know, lyrically, uh, and just try to, you know, come up with the best lyrics that'll work, you know, to really tie the song together. You know, so for me, it was like, you know, what's your name, what you're drinking, what's your favorite song? Because a lot of guys ask that question. But I was like, what if we write what he's asking a question, but the question is leading up to him saying he's catching feelings fast. You know, he might be too soon to say I love you, but you're gonna make me want to.
Right. It's like you take the old concept of like a standard pickup line, but by the end he's saying I feel like loving you. Like it kind of flips it on its head. I love it. Well, very cool. And then of course we got to mention your Brad Paisley combo, your duet there. Freedom Was a Highway. That I think went number one on country too. I think you've got 3 now at this point. But what was it like?
Yeah.
What was it like working with Mr. Brad Paisley? He was probably writing those songs when you were back going to the prom at Frederick.
Exactly. Brad Paisley's been writing songs since Davy Crockett was in high school. Okay? But it was fun working with Brad. You know, he was super, super cool dude. You know, learned a lot from him. Yeah, I was still surprised he said yes to the song, then said yes to the video.
Yeah, I mean the guy not only amazing guitar player, but the song he has that fun sensibility. Like the songs can be serious. Like I hope I'm at least half the dad he didn't have to be, but that'll make you cry. But then on the other hand, he can write funny stuff. You know, like I don't know, like Ticks or you know, I'm gonna miss her. I mean, he's got a funny Waiting on a Woman. He's the guy blends comedy and serious stuff so well. It's so cool you got to work with him.
Yeah, well, Brad is so cool. I'm glad I got to work with him as well.
Well, what did he learn from you though? You know, I'm sure you learned some stuff from him, but I'm sure he picked up some stuff from you too.
Oh, I'm gonna ask him.
You should ask him. Well, very cool. I know we don't have too long on here, but I do want to ask how cool it was to win that CMA New Artist of the Year. I guess what was it? Just last year, right? That must have been a big honor for you.
It was, you know, it still don't seem real. You know what I mean? Because it's something I've thought about winning, you know, every new artist does. But to actually win it, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's really it was a big deal. I think we saw you on the Macy's Thanksgiving parade too. Like you're and you're gonna be a guest mentor on Idol now, so full circle on that one. Like you're everywhere now, man. I mean, you're in demand.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where people are sick of seeing me on TV.
Hopefully never get to that point. But well, very cool though. I guess just bringing it full circle back to the Delaware roots. You know, how often do you get back up this way?
I typically get home a lot during the summer. I try to during the week. You know, I try to come up there at least 4 or 5 times a year during the summer for like 2 or 3 days each time to get some fishing in and just hang out, you know, get some crabs, get some scrapple.
Now you're making me hungry.
I'm starving.
Is there, before we run, you know, anything you want to say to our listeners around I mean, you know, because we're WTOP, it's a DC station, but our signal goes all over the area, which is why we can, you know, tout a concert like this that's out in West Virginia even. And we're a pretty big radius of our listenership. But is there anything you want to say to them? Like what I guess, like, how does growing up around here, you know, really, you think set us all and yourself apart from maybe other country, you know, maybe people that were down in Nashville area or down south? Like, why do you think it's kind of a cool area to write country from around, you know, around these parts?
I feel like it's a cool area because, you know, a lot of people from the South, you know, whether it's Georgia, Mississippi, stuff like that. You know, they write about their style of country living, you know, and we have it too. But where we're from, you know, you're out in the country, but you got a lot more, you know, chicken plants, you know, you got the beach, you know, it's just a whole different vibe. You know, it's still a small town, but we got options. When we talk about fishing, we're not talking about lake fishing, we talk about ocean or bay fishing. You know what I mean? It's just different, you know.
Right. You go over to the ocean and you drive a couple miles the other way, you're over on the bay. It's it's a whole different or trot lines with it, doing some crabbing.
Oh awesome. Yeah, we get to go out there and troll. I remember I was talking to one of my friends from Tennessee. He's like, Jimmy, what do you I told him I was in Delaware. He said, you fishing? I said, well, kind of not really right now, just trolling around for tuna. They said, trolling around? What does that mean? I said, don't worry about it.
he probably thinks you're talking about the little troll dolls or something.
Exactly. He probably thought I was at the store trolling around, not in the water with my outrigger set up on the boat.
Yeah, well, they'll learn. One day they'll figure it out, but you got to.
They won't.
They won't. Well, you know what? Zach Brown's got his toes in the water and wants his chicken fried and all that, but we want our crabs. We know what we want.
Yeah.
But
I want my toes in the bay.
Toes in the bay. PBR on the way. All right. I love it.
Exactly.
What is your drink of choice, Jimmie Allen, when you're sitting there fishing?
Man, when I'm sitting there fishing, I drink a lot of dog fishing beer, man.
Of course, that's Delaware, of course.
Yeah, and they're right from Milton. I drink a lot of dogfish. Drink that Slightly Mighty. You know, I drink that that new beer they got, Hazy Ale, was good, great summer beer. And yeah, it's pretty much it, man. I'm pretty homegrown through and through. You know, and then when I eat, I go to Grotto's. You know,
the Grotto
I hit
pizza.
Royal Farms while I can. I hit Wawa while I can. So you know, I'm pretty much shoving my body with you know, hometown stuff. You know, ain't nothing wrong with filling up your body with something good. Nothing wrong with filling up your throat.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I totally forgot. I've been to that brewery there. It's right in Milton, the Dogfish Head. You sit outside. Yeah. You sit outside with the benches and stuff. Yeah,
the house great. I grew up in is literally 3 minutes from Dogfish Head Brewery.
Really? So you're like an honorary founder.
Kind of, sort of. Like the field where Dogfish Head is now, man, we used to ride 4-wheelers over there, set fires and stuff. Good living.
Man, that's awesome. And then take the 4-wheeler down to Grotto's for pizza, go to Royal Farms for the chicken, and go to what was your favorite seafood spot?
Big Fish Grill.
Big Fish Grill. All right. People are gonna know all this because you know all the listeners head down to the shore all the time.
Oh yeah. Then on the boardwalk, you want the best cheesesteaks, Gus and Gus, right there on the boardwalk.
You know it all. You're saying stuff everyone's gonna know. Well, everyone, crank up some tunes, some Jimmie Allen, some Down Home, the new single. Come out to the Down Home tour at the Hollywood Casino, Charlestown Races in West Virginia. It's gonna be Saturday, March 19th. See our hometown hero, Jimmie Allen. Hey, thanks for making time for us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. No problem, man.
All right, we'll give a shout out to Frederick High. See if they remember your prom dance. I'm sure. All right, man. Take it easy.
Shout out to Frederick. All right, bro. Be safe, man.
Thanks so much for joining us on Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Remember to hit the subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.